I believe it's always good to try something new. Welcome to my first ever video newsletter. 5 years ago, I published Talk to More People, Change Your Life by Meeting People. And that came out on January 21st, 2021. And after much anticipation and about 8 years of work, I remember holding this first printed copy and feeling amazed that it had finally become a reality, like an actual thing with pages and words and that it had made it into the world. Because writing a book, as you may know, is a ton of work. And I never could have imagined when I set off to start this book just how much work it was going to be. But interestingly, asking for help made it possible. And one of the reasons the book is out there in the world is because I asked for help with like a production team. I got a whole bunch of professionals to help make this book get out of my brain and into the world. And I didn't try to do everything myself. So there were people who did the editing, the copy editing, proofreading, more editing. I did the rewriting when my editor told me to rewrite it. Palmo Carpino did the beautiful design on the cover and the design inside the book. And so there's a whole bunch of other humans' energy in there that made the book possible. And I think most significantly, there were 15 contributors to the book. So 15 other people who not only shared their thoughts and ideas in my book, in fact, making themselves contributing authors to the book, but in fact, they're also all contributing authors to my life. And so today, on the 5 year anniversary of Talk to More People, I want to celebrate and honor those people who've contributed to my life and to the Talk to More People book. So it's a long list, so I'll try to go through quickly here, but these are the wonderful contributors who I want to thank at this moment in the order that they appear in the book. First and foremost, Renee Ladouceur. Of course, you came into my life as a part of this project and you hung around for about 8 years, and we got to enjoy a wonderful partnership for those 8 years. And I'm deeply grateful for that time and that we're still connected to this day. Francois Coetzee graciously hosted me in South Africa way back in 2012 after one of my juggling workshops and got me my first ever international keynote speaking opportunity at the Creativity Conference there. And Francois was just the most generous host, and he introduced me to neurolinguistic programming, and he taught me a lot about life, and I'm just so grateful to have been connected to Francois. Michael Bartz, he and I performed together in the circus, and we've remained in contact and even got to spend a New Year's with him and his partner a couple of years back. Robert Wakalat is a creative professional who I'm also happy to know, and I got to see in Toronto very recently. Um, Cheers, Rob. It was good to see you again. Ginny Santos, dear Ginny, you do know this already. Of course, we're very close friends, and I just have so much respect for you and greatly appreciate all the ideas that you bring to me to improve my world and my mental and physical health and my vitality. And I just am so happy to know you and so grateful how you and Matthias host me when I come to Toronto, my dear friend. Rob Gregory. Rob is Rob is the friend. If you've seen my TEDx talk, the opening line is 12 years ago, my buddy dragged me out to a dive bar in Calgary. And Rob Gregory is that friend. So, and that of course led to some incredible adventures. So that led me to me getting in the circus. So thank you, Rob, for being a wonderful random friend, and it's great talking to you last week. Andrea Estevez is my twin in life and twin in entrepreneurship, and I am just so deeply grateful to have three wonderful sisters, but to be especially connected to my twin on this journey. Spending time in Ontario, we've been able to go for many walks together to talk entrepreneurship, to talk life, and to lift each other up. And so it's been a real pleasure to witness how she's rising at this moment, and we're rising together. Love you, twin. True Guy Stefanovic, Star Horse, continues to be a supportive friend to me as the world navigates these churning, growing pains. And of course, True came into my life on day 142 and has brought much music and contemplation to my world. Trent Schumann, who's a fellow facilitator and someone who I've collaborated with professionally a number of times and hung out with socially many times as well. So happy to have you in my life, Trent. And yeah, nice talking to you last night. Ian Ord was a former housemate back when I lived in Toronto. I'm sure he's going to continue to be a lifelong friend. He's a fellow world traveler. And I do suspect, Ian, that I'm going to know you until my final Dia de los Muertos. Hopefully, see you in Kazakhstan this summer. Tracy and Dave, you two have become family to me. Even though I don't get to see you as often as I'd like as often as when I lived in Calgary, you've brought so much light into my life with the improv that we did, with the meals that we've had, with the fun that we've had, and also just thank you so much for the support that you gave our family through that very difficult time over the past 4 years. Love you both. And Tracy and Dave came into my life on day 227 of the Talk to More People project, which was a gathering that my friend Trent had hosted. So thanks, Trent. Thanks, Tracy and Dave. Eily Aurora is a super talented harp fairy and facilitator and a spiritual superpower, I can say. And I'm really grateful to have remained connected to you, Eily, over these years and to watch you blossom and grow and expand as well with the work that you do. Eily and I once both did ice skating in full costume in Canmore when I was still doing my work as the mirror man. So thanks for that fun, Eily. Ian Rosenfeld is a good friend who I got to see in New York City less than a year ago, and he had a profound impact on my life by introducing me to the world of creative problem solving and creativity. And yeah, man, it was so nice to touch base again last year, and happy to remain connected. William Henry. Thank you, Will, for remaining connected to me, even though we're as far away across the world as possible since you were all the way in Australia. I appreciate that you give me regular updates and that we're still connected. And I look forward to seeing you when I see you next. And of course, I couldn't forget to mention Patrick Chan, who is one of my closest friends in the world, and I'd say one of the most generous people I know, and also maybe my number one cheerleader for my journey as an entrepreneur. I'm so happy we got to travel to Japan together last spring, Patrick, and yeah, man, thanks so much for being in my life and for staying in it. I'm just deeply grateful for each of you contributing, as I said, not only to the Talk to More People book, but to my life. You have helped author my life. By the way, for those of you who've stuck in this video this long or this audio this long, meeting new people is a skill that you can learn. That's the whole point of this Talk to More People book. One of the ways you can do that is to ask for help. So asking for help as a connection practice can be viewed by finding just natural ways to ask for help when you're out there in the world. So it could be like asking for directions, even though we have these smartphones, like actually ask a human for directions or for some kind of recommendation, be it a book, food, cafe, or asking someone to explain something that they care about. Because when we ask for help, we give the other person a chance to use their voice and to offer support, which is something that feels really good. And it's a way to create a small bridge that wasn't there before. And help, interestingly, is a part of the lookup process for meeting people, which is the main bulk of the book that offers this process for how to bring people into your life. And here's what that lookup acronym stands for. So the L stands for listen, the O stands for overcome internal obstacles. The second O stands for open a dialogue, and in there I offer 6 different strategies. K stands for keep the conversation going. U stands for uncomfortable, how to exit a conversation. And the P, play and improvise, because we could all use a little bit more play in our lives, I believe. And so at its core, look up, it's a reminder to like literally look up from our phones and to lift our eyes, to stay present and allow connection to happen in these ordinary day-to-day moments. So where are we now 5 years later? Well, what I feel most now is surprise. Like, how did 5 years come and go so quickly? And also, I feel a great deal of gratitude. I'm thankful for the people who've read the book. I'm thankful for the people who took the time to give me feedback or a review, and for how it's reinforced my work in the social health human connection space as I put on a new hat known as the Human Connection Guide in the coming weeks, months, and years. And so, although I've become very comfortable meeting people, having met over 3,500 strangers on my journey, I am actually still learning how to ask for help when I need it. And I'm okay with that. But for now, a celebration. I'm going to share a photo of the book along with this, myself in the book with this post. I just want to mark the moment. January 21, 2021, this book came out to the world. And 5 years later, I just want to say, hey, I did that. I'm proud of that. And I want more people to see it. So if you haven't read Talk to More People yet and you'd like a free copy, you can either reply to this email or this post. I'll send you the PDF for free. You can just have it. Or I will unlock the ebook on Amazon so that you can get it for free there for the next several days. So check that out as well. Oh, yeah. And if you have read it and it led to a moment of connection that you can still remember, I would absolutely love to hear about that. So either reply to this message or let me know in the comments how connecting with a stranger changed or improved your life. In any way that we're connected, thank you for being connected to me. A special thanks to the contributors who have helped author this book and helped author my life. Thanks for being open to the idea that connection matters. Also, thank you for being connected to those who you're connected to in this magical, mystical, tragic, beautiful life. All the very best. Talk to more people. Tony Estevez, The Human Connection Guide.